Let's take his face off. Let's get into it. Hey, welcome back to my channel. Hope you're all doing well out there. Today we're going to take some faces off, but before we take those faces, like, comment, and subscribe. Join me here. I greatly would appreciate that. Yes, this gem of a film, me and Dale _A from the Bat and Spider podcast watched during our movie marathon, and we're going to talk about this son of a bitch right now. Face Off came out June 27th of 1997. Actually, just came out a few weeks after Con Air, another movie I'm going to review coming up soon. It's 2 hours and 18 minutes long. It's rated R, had a budget of $80 million, and upon release, it made 112 in America and 245 worldwide. So this, along with Con Air, gave Nicolas Cage 2 action hits in the same damn month, so that's not too bad. Now, this film was directed by John Woo. John Woo, before this in America, had done Hard Target and Broken Arrow with John Travolta, so he was reteaming with John Travolta, and after this he would go on to reteam with Nicolas Cage on Wind Talkers as well. This is before he did Mission Impossible 2 with Tom Cruise. And in this film, we have John Travolta as Sean Archer. He's an FBI agent. We have Nicolas Cage playing Castor Troy, one of the most evil, scene-chewing villains ever put in an action film, and Nicolas Cage is great here. It's almost sad when he turns into Sean Archer, or the faces get swapped, and he has to be good because he's so deliciously delicious as a bad guy. But then John Travolta definitely pulls off those bad traits because they're trying to copy each other. We'll talk about it. And Joan Allen plays Eve Archer, Sean Archer's wife. And right in the beginning of the film, we set up how evil Castor Troy is. Sean Archer's at this merry-go-round with his son, and Castor Troy wants to kill Sean Archer, and he starts shooting, and he hits him and kills his son. So Sean Archer really has it out for Castor Troy, and we see Nicolas Cage dressed as a priest at the LA Convention Center in a great scene, and that one face he makes has been on gifts out the ass because it's amazing, this face, and he's great in this scene. Just scene chewing, just nothing, only Nicolas Cage can pull off a fucking performance like this. And we have a big action set piece, and they catch Castor Troy. But they realize they need to get the information out of Castor Troy's brother, who's in prison, about where the bomb is, because the bomb hasn't gone off yet. It's time to go off in like a couple months. So the scientists come to Sean Archer and say it's possible for them, so the only person his brother will talk to is Castor Troy, if they swap faces in this medical procedure, and they could place Sean Archer into prison to get the information off of his brother, and they could find the bomb and disarm it. Well, we do the procedure. Sean Archer looks just like Nicolas Cage or Castor Troy, gets into prison, gets the information, but of course Castor Troy wakes up. He has the doctors put Sean Archer's face on him, hence Face Off, and everybody thinks it really is Castor Troy. Sean Archer gets Castor Troy, looking like Sean Archer, gets his brother out of prison, and he is playing Sean Archer. He goes home to his wife, his daughter, but he's also doing some messed up shit behind the scenes. And Nicolas Cage has to get out of prison, escape from this high-tech prison in a fabulous scene, and then he meets up with Castor Troy's old group of scumbags, and he has a son with Gina Gershon's character, who's awesome here, and she got the job because of Bound. That's why John Woo hired her, off of her performance in Bound, if you've ever seen that film with Jennifer Tilly. And we get gun battles, we get chases, we get the pigeons flying by in slow-mo. It's all fucking spectacular. It really is. And at the end of the movie, Castor Troy, Nicolas Cage's character, which is Sean Archer, gets Castor Troy, who looks like John Travolta, gets his face back, and they adopt Castor Troy's son, because now his mom's dead and Castor Troy is in a coma, I think. I don't think he's completely dead. I guess he's dead, but they're supposed to bring him back for the sequel because they're writing a sequel. The guys from Your Next are working on a sequel to this, which I'll take a sequel to this if Nicolas Cage is coming back as Castor Troy, absolutely. And we have a happy ending. But this was John Woo's third American film, and he had a nice big budget. Michael Douglas also produced this film. He's an executive producer on this film. Michael Douglas produced a bunch of R-rated action films in the 90s, and this is one of them. Actually, this is the one film John Woo was messed with on the studio on Hard Target. He was actually got it taken away from him there's rumors of who caused some of that, but it was recut. John Woo had nothing to do with the last cut of that movie got released. He got messed with on Broken Arrow a little bit, I think. And in this film, he actually had the most creative freedom over it all. He had little to no studio interference on this film. Have a great cast here. John Travolta here is great. This is when John Travolta was at the peak of his powers after his comeback from Pulp Fiction. I mean, he did a ton of films in the 90s. Now he's sadly negated to direct-to-video hell, I guess. And Nicolas Cage is amazing here. This was his third action film in 2 years, because he had The Rock in '96, and in '97 he had Con Air and this. He did a 1-2 punch in June, man. I saw both. Well, I saw Con Air in the theaters. I didn't see this till it hit video. I've always liked this film. John Woo can shoot action, and the reason why I like John Woo's style, I mean, obviously he was famous from his Hong Kong movies, but you can see what the hell's going on. Because after this, we started getting the shaky cam and the quick cutting shit. At least in this movie, the action looks amazing. You can see everything that's going on. You know where everybody is. Geography of an action scene is so important, and the way you shoot it with the wide angles, you could see everything. You could see the guys in frame, even if it's stunt guys. And some of the scenes you could tell it's a stunt guy doing some of the shit, but they had to do this stuff for real. Like the boat stuff was all for real. They were going to use green screen, and John was like, no, we got to do it for real because it's going to look fake. I admire that. And when you do shit for real, it looks amazing. And when you can actually see what's going on, like you can in any John Woo film you watch. Hard Target, we watched that one too during our movie marathon. That movie has some awesome action in it too. So does Broken Arrow, so does Mission Impossible 2. I know some people make fun of John Woo's style because it seems dated now. I know it's kind of a cliche, the doves flying through slow-mo behind people, and it happens in this movie a few times. And it's a John Woo trademark. It doesn't bother me. I don't find it cheesy. It's just something John Woo liked to do. But the action is so well done. This is a badass action film, and I forgot how awesome this is. I've always liked it. This is the first time I watched this movie. I've had that Blu-ray for a while. I haven't watched this in probably 5 years. And this movie kicks ass. It really does. There's awesome action scenes. I love the story. It goes into a little sci-fi-ness for sure. The prison scene's cool. I like the idea of that prison. Yeah, there's some plot holes, but you're having such a good time, and we're getting some really great performances here from Travolta and Cage, that it's just an awesome R-rated action flick that you could just sit down and it kicks ass and you're there for it. And when it ends, it was a fun time. It's a really good action film. I highly recommend if you've never seen it. I'd give Face Off a 9 out of 10. I like this film that much. Now, Cage and Travolta spent 2 weeks together before they started filming just to get each other's mannerisms down and learn how to play each other when they're supposed to be the other character. And originally, Arnold Schwarzenegger and Sylvester Stallone were thought of to play the leads in this film. But when John Woo came on, he just worked with Travolta on Broken Arrow, and he wanted to work with Cage. And that was a big matchup time because Travolta and Cage were huge movie stars at the time. Again, John Woo had little to no studio interference on this film. This is his one film where they left him alone to do what he was going to do. And again, most or all of the stunts were done with very little digital augmentation at all. It was all done for real for the most part. Yeah, 9 out of 10 for Face Off. This is a kick-ass 90s action film. One of the better 90s action films for sure. Have you ever seen Face Off? Leave a comment down below. Let me know. Hit the thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button. Share this video. I would appreciate that. I'll be back soon with some more reviews. Until then, bye.